It's Wednesday. That's New Comic Book Day. So you know what that means?
Let's look at old comics.
Wait. You've also been looking at new comics. Yeah? So why do you say, let's look at old comics?
Start off with something new. This is Dementia 21 by Shintaro Kago. This is a Fantagraph, published by Fantagraphics. There's definitely a bit of Otomo in his work. Compared to a lot of his work, this is a bit tame, but very interesting still. The genre is listed as fashionable paranoia, which is, I wish someone would make up some kind of cool name for stuff I make. Like that, fashionable paranoia. First got acquainted with his work through the Flying Lotus record, You're Dead. Shintaro Kago did the artwork for that record. Online he's described as a guru artist, which is like an art movement that's kind of focuses on kind of eroticism and grotesqueness. Guru, I believe, derives from the English word grotesque. But I'm looking forward to this. He's done a lot of work, but a lot of it's hard to get in America. I've only been able to find a few things that he's done, but this is new, and I'm looking forward to reading this. Next is something interesting I found. This old issue of XMen Unlimited has a Simon Bisley Wolverine story, which is something I think everybody's always wanted to see. It's a Bisley Wolverine. Looks like a Charles Burns ad for Altoids. If it is, let me know in the comments if you know for sure. That's cool. And this looks like very classic Biz right here. It's a really cool panel. It's not a lot of Marvel work he's done. So this is a short story. But nonetheless cool. Maybe like what could have been if the Biz worked more with Marvel. Now, I am a big Chris Bachalo fan, and when I found out that this existed, I did another Vertigo book, this time with Jeff Loeb, which I believe he did a steampunk with. Another cool Chris Bachalo, I don't know. Let's say Bachalo for now. But I've never looked through these, and I'm excited to check these out. Interesting uses of the tone there. Love the funky borders. Yeah, I've been a Bachalo fan since I was a kid. Like it's one of those things where it's like I see it, I instantly buy it, like no question asked. I'm sure there's a bunch of people like that. It's like if I ever heard he was at a convention or something, I don't even know what I'd get him to sign. Like I have so much of his stuff and I love so much of his stuff. I guess since I got the new Death Absolute, that'd be cool to have a signature in. It'd probably maybe Gen X #1. Get him to sign that. This is cool. That's neat. I like that picture. Wrapped in that kind of magical. Cool. More of this wizardy looking fabric. That's cool. Like the zipatone in the image. Very neat. Curious to what the story of this is, actually. I believe there was a collected edition, but I saw that the single issues were kind of well put together like that, so I just grabbed single issues. Like that, that's neat. That's cool. I mean, you know, Bachalo, neat. Witches, witches and demons and vampires.
Vampires? A word?
It doesn't take much to get me kind of interested. All you gotta say is, there's spooky things in this book. That's word. What if we're sitting on the couch? I wonder what that gimmick's about. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's that. So they've been reissuing these Tank Girls. I think they're pretty cool. I have the old Tank Girl trades from the 90s. But I don't know, there's something appealing about this. I mean, I'm not crazy about the putting the date on it and stuff. I'm not crazy about the sideboard on this one. But there's something very cool about this nonetheless. Love Tank Girl, love Jamie Hewitt. Makes me wistful for a time of the 90s when there was a... That's a cool picture. Jet Girl, Sub Girl, Tank Girl. The 90s when there was a counterculture instead of just like the monoculture we have now. Tank Girl is still amazing. Just energy on every page. Energy. Even these kind of quieter moments kind of bustle between the zipatone and the... I mean, there's no way that it wasn't going to become a success. Even on a smaller scale, I mean, people would probably still be talking about it in revered tones. all the cool wackiness of it all. Whatever happened to the Smiths? So I'm gonna try and get all of these reprints. It's pretty cool. 3.1. I thought this was number 5, but this is 2. It says, but whatever. Finally, I'm rereading Berserk, and this is the 3rd volume of the deluxe editions, which I've been collecting. For those who don't know, Berserk is probably one of the best manga I think ever written, and specifically in these early volumes, it starts with this story called, there's this story arc which is called the Golden Age, which is about, well, Berserk starts, the first book, you have Guts, and he's the main character, and it's kind of just I don't want to say generic, but just kind of like stereotypical dark fantasy. You got this guy who has a really big sword, fights demons in a kind of a medieval setting. But it takes kind of a sharp turn after a few volumes into this arc called the Golden Age, which is the kind of the origin of Guts, and it kind of evolves past just a basic origin story. It goes on to tell about how he joins a mercenary group called the Band of the Hawk, and kind of it's an amazing tale, just straight front to back. A tale of a mercenary band and politics within kingdoms, and it's but you know, it's not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of violence. There is rape, child rape, incest. It gets really dark. It's one of those things I think that the medium is kind of made for, kind of these darker tones. Because if it's in a movie, it might be a little too real, a little too hard to swallow. But there's enough distance between the kind of figurative renderings of people and the kind of the over the topness of it that kind of puts a bit of distance. So it's a bit easier to swallow kind of darker themes like this. But look at this. This is quite something. This heavy ink work. Super violent. But yet, if you can get through kind of the first couple chapters of it, it really starts to pay off. Just get to the end of the Golden Age story, and I think you'll want to read the rest of it. Courtly intrigue, mercenaries, violence, battles. But yeah, these deluxe editions are real nice. Cloth bookmark, which is always a nice touch. There's this one. Always a nice touch. They're a little pricey, but I think they're worth it. And that's it.
Tonight's program has been brought to you by